enter God mode, man, let's get it going. I wanna be the greatest, energy is overflowing. I know I'm stoking the fire, my desire's taking over, not tired, I'm inspired, rewired. I know just what is required, my brain knows how to decipher. The message is looking brighter, already paid up the piper. My game is getting much tighter, I feel my body on fire. Now it's game time, all the practice to prepare for this main time. I could do anything, that's my baseline. Go ahead and do you, I'ma make mine. You gon' read me in the headlines. Always go up, I don't know a decline. On the glow up, getting better with time. Yeah, I'm about to hit my prime.
The air is filled up with suspense. We've got our dreams we must defend, and we know what we represent.
So we'll keep fighting till the end, and we'll keep fighting till we win. This is our calling, this is our calling. Yeah, we'll keep fighting till the end, and we'll keep fighting till we win. This is our calling, this is our calling. Yeah, we'll keep fighting till the end.
Hey guys, what is up? What is up? Welcome to the Sunday Morning Show, Ep.4. And I'm here with my guys, AK, Philly Halftime, Football Talk with Bo, and my guy Tyrone. How's everyone doing?
Great. How you feel?
I'm doing good right now. Kevin really scored for me. I'm doing good. I'm doing good. AK, how about yourself, man?
Oh, doing good, man. Doing good. How you guys doing?
We're doing good, man. Just love watching football on a Sunday morning.
Oh, yeah. Beautiful Sunday, man.
Yeah. Bo, how about yourself?
Yeah, doing good, man. It's good to be back on camera. I've been off the last couple days. Wife's not been feeling well, so haven't wanted to turn all the lights on, make a bunch of noise. So now I'm making up for it today.
Cool. So let's get this started with the good, bad, and the ugly of week 3. So we're going to start with the good, go back around with the bad, and then the ugly. So Tyrone, what was your good for this week?
Eagles win. Eagles win, Cowboys lose.
That is so true.
Right to the point. Let's get to right there.
Right to the point. Yep, perfect. Bo, how about yourself?
That Cowboys loss, I got to admit, made me laugh a bit.
Me too, after the way the Packers played.
Well, all right. So, Tim, how's it
Hey,
going,
we'll
man?
talk about that. We'll talk about
All right, late, boys.
So, Tim, we're talking about the good, bad, and the ugly of week 3. So, what was your good for week 3?
My good. Probably top of my head, Josh Allen looked really good again.
Yeah.
He had a great week. Bad continuation of the debacle that is the Denver Broncos right now. And the ugly, the Green Bay Packers coaching staff. They have totally destroyed a team that does have talent on it, but they have put them in bad positions. They've left. Jordan Love was sacked 3 or 4 times, but the stat that really gets me, he was pressured 29 times.
Wow.
That's impressive.
He just had no time to do anything. When you're on your back and when you've got guys like Aiden Hutchinson in your face the whole game, you're not going to be able to do much.
No. So, actually, let's go back to Tyrone and Bo for the bad and ugly then. Let's just knock it out.
Oh, I'm sorry, Mitchell.
No, you're good, man. You're good.
So I'm going to go with bad being the Bears because it's the Bears. And then the ugly has to be the Broncos because that is the ugliest beatdown. They didn't show up at all. That defense apparently was in Cabo or something because they didn't show up to the stadium, that's for sure.
Right. And then Oh yeah, you already said it. So Tyrone, you're bad and ugly.
My bad and ugly. I have to piggyback a little bit. Would be the Chicago Bears and how they're looking right now. They had high expectations. They had a lot of free agent acquisitions on defense, so I expected them to be really good. And then now, and my uglies, I got to piggyback again. Is the Denver Broncos. Like, what's going on? They have Sean Payton over there. They have a pretty good defense, and they look like trash right now. I mean, it's still early, but I mean, it doesn't look good right now. We'll see what happens today, but who gets 70 put up on them like that in a professional football game? That's crazy.
Temple. It's a college
You know
game.
what? In all honesty, man, I would rather have 70 put up on me than getting beat by Arizona. Like, I'm being honest. If we're all being honest right now, I would rather take the 70 loss than get beat by Arizona. But
Arizona's been ahead in every game, though. They've played every game tough.
Listen, I understand that, Bo. I'm with you, dog. I never want to hear a single person say that they're trying to lose ever again and they're going for first round pick. No, I'm telling you, dude, these guys are playing really well. Like, they have limited talent, but they're playing their hearts out, man. They are, but still, it is Arizona. Like, there is just limited talent. I mean, you're talking about an aging Connor, an ancient civilization in Zach Ertz over there. He is not the player from Philly, but he's doing well. Who the hell was Dobbs? Like, do you realize that Joshua Dobbs' mother had to contact the NFL this offseason to get jerseys on the market? They had no Josh Dobbs jerseys out for sale until his mom called and bitched about it. And that
he's right, because I saw an Instagram feed with Dobbs actually at the Arizona store.
Yep.
Couldn't get it.
It's hard, but
I mean, to be fair though, his first snap in a uniform was the first snap of the game. So I mean,
yeah. You're right.
It's not like there was a lot of prep for him.
Yeah. I get it. I do.
All right. What is up, Tyler? How you doing, bro? Hopefully you're feeling better.
I slept in a little bit today, gentlemen.
Hey, it's all good, man. We're just talking about the good and bad and ugly, and we're now up to halftime. So, what's your good, bad, and ugly halftime?
No, the bad and the ugly. You gotta go with the Denver Broncos as the ugly.
Yeah, you're good.
Because they dropped. They got destroyed by 70. It looked like I really think that even a bunch of high school kids can beat them right now. I mean, they are freaking bad. I don't know what's going over there in Denver. The coach does not like the quarterback. He's throwing the quarterback under the bus. It's so bad about it over there. And then you got Chicago. I mean, the one defensive coordinator had to resign. Apparently, he's in real big trouble. They're taking his computer now, I heard. And everybody's like, oh, that's false. But now they are taking his computer. It has been taken away from him. I'm like, yo, you know what you got to do for the FBI to come take your computer away from you? It ain't like you're doing some shady shit. Like, what the hell is going on? And, even the Bears they need a quarterback. Their quarterback does not even belong in the NFL. He's horrible. I mean, it's so bad over there. And they're good.
So
Miami's the one that looks good. To be honest with you. Because they threw up 70 points. And nobody's stopping them. If Tua don't get hurt, he's going to be MVP of the league.
It's a big if.
Yeah.
Right. It is a big if. He had like 3 concussions last year, but I mean, like I've been saying that, like, if he can stay healthy, he'll be MVP. But that was the good, the bad, and horrible.
It's funny though, because Wilson isn't playing as bad as all the hate makes it sound like he is. Like,
no, you can't give up. You can't give up 70 points. Wilson's not on defense.
Exactly.
I agree with that.
I mean, because if you look at Wilson and Tua's stat line, they were within 3 yards of each other. So it's not like they were. Now, obviously, the touchdowns were a major disparity between the two, but yardage-wise, they were relatively the same. He's actually played really well in the first half of games, kind of fallen apart in the second, but he is noticeably better than he was last year. That defense, on the other hand, is a mess, which makes no sense because it still looks like it should be good.
I'm not exactly sure how Vance Joseph still has a job today, but it is what it is.
Yeah. So, AK, good, bad, and ugly.
Well, I mean, we're all pretty much going to just bounce off one another on this one. But I'll give you a different good. And just because it's a rarity right now, I really like what Steichen's doing over there in Indy with Gardner Minshew. They won this past week, and definitely a shocker because, the person below Tyrone there, that little Jaguar, we all thought they were going to walk in there and stomp a mud hole in them, but in fact, it was the other way around, and they made me get 4 wrong of the week instead of 3.
Oh,
so, I'm a little upset with them, but no, Steichen is one hell of a play caller, and he's one hell of a head coach, man. I think he's going to do good things in Indy, so that would be my good. My bad, definitely the Cowboys in the Arizona game. If you end up being the only one losing to Arizona all year, I don't care if you go 12-3 the rest of the way. Like, you're still going to hear it. It is Arizona, And then the ugly, obviously, it was Denver. Vance Joseph, terrible job on defense. I don't know how you give up 5 rushing touchdowns and 5 passing touchdowns in one game. But somehow, some way, he achieved that, and congratulations, you're the first coach to ever do that. So, yeah, man, that Denver's really bad right now. There's going to be a lot of people losing their jobs here over the next few months. A lot.
Mm-hmm. All right, Tyler, you're up.
All right, so I doubt I'm going to be the first one to say this, but the good is the Miami Dolphins offense. I mean, it's just been one of the hardest offenses to stop in the league so far this year. And they are just playing on a completely other level between Tua and Tyreek. And it's just been outstanding. As for the bad, the Jaguars defense allowing the Texans, who is supposed to be one of the worst teams in the league, to score 37 points on them. Definitely not a great look for a team that is supposed to be having playoff contentions. And as for the ugly, I gotta go with the Cowboys in general here. I mean, the Cardinals are supposed to be the actual worst team in football this year, and yet they got upsetted by them by 8 points to end the game. And even then, it was just a miserable display on both offense and defense for the team.
You know what's funny about the game? He got asked before the game about his interceptions. He said, we're not going to talk about that. That was last year. And then right at the end, he throws one to Kaiser White in the end zone. So we're going to talk about interceptions when it comes to that.
Yeah. Nice cookie, right to Kaiser White. A nice cookie. Thank you.
Right.
That looked almost as bad. I don't know if you guys remember this from a couple years ago when Big Ben, when he was still playing with the Steelers, he was supposed to throw the ball to AB. I think it was to tie or win the game. And he just lobbed it up straight to a defender. I'm not sure if anyone remembers that.
Yep.
I think I remember that. Yeah, I think I do remember that.
That's the kind of vibes I got from seeing that throw from Dak. Because, that wasn't anywhere close to where his receiver was.
No, you're right. His receivers were tucked in behind the 3 red jerseys standing in front of him.
Yeah, but I say it was like triple coverage or something. That was crazy.
Yeah. There was Kaiser White and 2 other red jerseys, and then right at the back of the goal line was his guy. And I'm like, why would you even throw that ball, bro?
Yeah.
Because it's Dak.
Good point.
Yeah. Well, breaking news. It looks like Derek Carr is starting for the Saints today.
Okay.
Thank God that injury occurred in Lambeau and not in New Orleans, because if it would have been on the pro field or field turf that they have down there, he'd be out for the year.
Right.
Probably.
Yeah. So my good, I know I'm going to be a Homer Simpson here. I'm going with Jalen Carter. Just the fact that how he's been playing that forced fumble, sack and a half. The guy's a beast. My bad. You know, I'm trying to go different, but I can't, man. It's the Cowboys. How can you? How? I don't know. It's just the Cowboys in general losing that game and Dak Prescott throwing that pick at the end. And then ugly, I'm going to give it a tie to the Bears and the Broncos. They both play against each other today. So it's like,
That's
Who's
good.
watching
Can't wait
that
to see.
game?
who's watching that
Right.
game?
Well, I'd
Not
say
even
Bear
Bear
fans,
fans.
they just don't exist.
It's probably
Is there any way that this game ends with both offenses having negative yards?
It's a possibility.
Not with their defenses.
Is it possible?
The
for
game's
it
just
to
went
end
on
in a
pick
tie?
sixes.
What about
Right.
a tie?
Yeah, it might end the tie. You never know with these two, the way they playing.
0-0.
I'm actually curious to watch that game.
I am too. Who's going to be the shittier of both of them?
Exactly. Just morbid curiosity.
Yeah, no,
Denver's losing.
definitely get marshmallows to that tire fire. Like it's it's gonna be bad.
Going to work in Denver right now must like be walking into a house with parents that are getting divorced and they just can't stand each other.
After you lose to 70 points, man, I don't even know if these guys can even recuperate the rest of the season. Like they might have just had the wind and the sails and all their motivation sucked out from under them after that game.
Right. All right. So, Tyler, I'm going to start off with you on this one, and that is that Chandler Jones got released. So, give me your thoughts on this, man.
Yeah, so originally when we were going over the topics to discuss for today's panel, there was a report that Chandler Jones was just arrested that morning, so that was going to be the original topic. And as we were doing the lookup to see what was all going on with that, we discovered that at the time, just 5 minutes or so ago, the Raiders actually released Chandler Jones on top of that. So definitely not a great addition for the Raiders like they were hoping, giving me a lot of Antonio Brown vibes with how he never played a single down for them this year. Was supposed to be a huge, big season acquisition for him, and then had so much off-field drama that never even saw the field in a Raiders jersey.
So the moral of this story is if you are a good athlete, don't go to the Raiders because every time a good athlete goes there, they get in trouble, either arrested or out of the NFL. And that's that.
Yes. But the big thing is that I don't know what's going on with Chandler Jones because this has been going on for about a month or so now, I believe, that he's been acting very strange on social media with strange behavior. Honestly, I wouldn't be surprised if it has something to do with previous concussions he's had or anything of the sort. But I think what really needs to be done is I do think the Raiders need to start looking at the players that are actually going after and making sure they are mentally in the right state of mind before they actually sign them, because this has now been 2 huge signings for them out of 3 that completely backfired on them over the past 4 or 5 years.
Or better yet, let me see you stand behind the people that you choose and get these guys the help that they need so they get back on the field instead of just releasing them into the wild and letting them sink on their own.
And while I do agree with that, I don't think they did that very well with Antonio. I do know they were trying to do that with Chandler, but from what his interactions were that were posted online is that he was refusing any and all help. I will give them that.
In that sense, we can't really do anything about that, but it is good to hear that they were trying to help him. That's definitely a good thing.
Although, I'm not sure how much was trying to and forcefully trying to. That makes sense. Because from the way he was posting about it, again, this is all coming from Chandler Jones' side, is that it was a lot of him saying they were forcing him to go to these mental places to get himself looked after. So I'm not exactly sure how much was them trying to forcefully get him to do things he wasn't wanting to do? How much of it was him just refusing to get actual help? But at the end of the day, the only thing we can say for sure is we're unsure if Chandler Jones will even be back in the NFL anytime soon after these actions that he's taken recently.
I mean, when you see a guy joking with Antonio Brown about they should have like a ZTE meeting, and then joking about it, you know where his headspace is at.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, these guys got to get some help. They got to stop trying to figure it out on their own. They got to let the organization use the resources to get their minds right. Taking all them hits and concussions, it adds up after a while. And maybe it's time for them to shut it down and just really just work on themselves. So maybe this is a good thing.
So here's my question to you guys then. Do you truly think that there is a point in these guys' career if CTE becomes an issue to where they need to step in and forcefully help these guys? And I'm not talking like put them in a padded room with a trench coat on it, and I'm talking like literally, like, even though you don't want to do this, we're forcing you to do it so you're in a right headspace, like, because in the end of the day, their issues come from football. So in a way, football has a responsibility to these guys.
Yep.
Now, granted, they might not want the help, but there's sometimes I don't want help either, and I don't ask for it, because I feel I can do it on my own. But there is times when I should, and sometimes you need that person in your life that's just like, no, you're doing it. Do you think we're at that point now?
I agree with you. Yeah, I think they should. I think they should be force these guys to get their heads checked and all that. I mean, you have to. I mean, honestly, it's not human to run into another guy full speed. I mean, come on. We love it. We love it. It's awesome to watch, but at the end of the day, the body wasn't meant to do that.
Yeah.
Then you've got to get with the players' union because they've got to sign off on all this and get it put into the CBA so the players know, look, the teams now have the authority to do this. They can't just do it unilaterally or from Goodell's office down.
Well, and to your point, it'd be hard to get it to be signed off on the NFL side because as it sits right now, they only have to worry about a player 5 years after they're done. And after that 5 years, the NFL doesn't care anymore. Right. So it'd be tough to get the owners and everybody to sign off on something that is extended care or down the road, because the problem with CTE is they don't really have a test for it yet. They can examine it after you pass away, so they can see the changes in your brain, but they don't have anything that says, hey, you have this as of now anyway.
And we don't know that that's the problem with Jones.
Yeah, exactly.
And you guys are right, but I'm going to tell you what. I watched a lot of football in my day, so have all of you guys. And I think we can all agree after that Vontaze Burfict hit on AB, AB was a completely different person after that. Like the problems, I never heard of the problems of AB until after that hit. And then you started hearing things like, yeah, you might not have a test that shows it, but their actions are what speaks it. AB was not AB now his first 7 years in Pittsburgh. He only became that way after those big hits. So you can see it in them. I mean, you can see the changes mentally and physically in them and how they act. So, yeah, there might not be a test for it, but
Yeah, well, and that's where you end up with a problem, right? Because you got to be able to figure out what it is that baseline is, because if it's a current player, now you're messing with their money. So, because now, I mean, you may still get some of your guaranteed money, but any of your, incentives, you're obviously not going to hit any of those if you're not on the field. So if you were a player and you don't think you have it, there's no actual benchmark for what it is. You're basically just going to have players get their own lawyers involved to avoid whatever rule was just put in place. Because, I mean, prove that I have it, right?
Yeah. See, this is why I would like to see the NFL come into the 22nd century where we actually, I mean, listen, man, these guys made $18 billion last year. Like, let's not bullshit a bullshitter, okay? This company made $18 billion last year. You're telling me you can't take $2 billion every year and put back for a fund for these players after they're done?
No,
to give them health insurance.
You're asking these owners to be awfully altruistic, and they will never do that.
Yeah, but dude, do you know how much money that one player brings in for them every year?
What's your
Just
point?
a year. And if you have them 7 years, like my point is, without these players, these men don't make money. So we have to, we have to give them some sort of health care eventually down the line. This is not like work that we do. Like Tyrone said earlier, these guys are going at each other at 4.3, crashing into one another, doing things that bodies shouldn't be doing. So we should be taking care of these people after they're done. I mean, they entertain us. In the end of the day, they're just entertainers.
Yeah.
You're right. Do we do anything for movie actors or the other entertainers? No. I came back to Mike Webster, who committed suicide, God rest his soul, because of head slaps and everything else. He went through it. This has been going on for a long, long time.
Right.
The NFL, if they admit that this is an issue, could bring down the entire NFL because they're going to face lawsuits that will bankrupt them.
Yeah.
Yep.
And that's why you can't. And that's why I believe.
But it wouldn't bankrupt them if they had a health plan in place for these guys afterwards. I mean, if you actually take care of them, no one's going to try to sue you. And my point is, they make enough money to take care of these guys.
Yeah, I agree. Reality check. I agree. I agree with that. If you take care of the guys now, it won't be no lawsuits because what you could do, that's called getting ahead of it. Now, if it comes out later that this is an issue, then you're going to have all these lawsuits because you didn't do anything to change anything. You just kind of swept it under the rug, and then it starts to come out. And when it comes out, we all know what's going to happen if it comes out the wrong way.
But at this point, you still can't test for it. You still don't know all the symptoms of it. You know some of them, but they can't. It's like if somebody's playing with cancer, you don't know what's going on until after the fact, usually.
All right, I know this is a wild example, but that's like you sitting there telling me there's no test for, to tell if I'm driving when I'm high or not. But yet a cop can pull me over and just under assumption if he thinks I'm stoned just because he smells it, he can give me a DWI driving while intoxicated, even though there's no test to prove that I'm high at the moment.
I get it.
All
right, guys.
So we are going to start to move on here.
Yeah.
Great discussion.
No, dude, that's an example. What are you talking about? That's an example. I'm saying, that's what I'm saying. There's no test for it, but just because there isn't a test for it doesn't mean that it doesn't exist. That was my point to the whole thing.
Yep. No, and like as we said before, guys, it was an excellent discussion, but we do need to be moving on here.
We are going to solve
All
that.
right. Yeah, that was a great discussion, guys. Maybe we can get back to it. Well, apparently the NFL and NFLPA are modifying its gambling policies in that there will be an increase of discipline of gambling, now a violation of 1 year, and 2 if a player bans or bets on his own team. Halftime, let's start off with you here.
Well, everybody gambles. If you gamble in the NBA, you get in trouble. If you gamble in baseball, everybody knows you get in trouble.
Yeah.
I mean, it's every sport. You're not allowed to gamble. But I mean, I don't know what they can do, but you can't gamble. It's that easy. If you're playing that sport, you're not allowed to gamble.
Yeah.
Why does everybody? If you're in hockey, they're in trouble for gambling. Wayne Gretzky got in trouble for gambling. Here we are, like Michael Jordan got in trouble for gambling. I mean, all the biggest names.
Yeah.
Everybody got in trouble for gambling on all sports.
Stop
gambling. You got millions of dollars and you're throwing $1,000 on a gambling bet.
No,
What's that $1,000 doing for you? Stop it. It makes sense. It just don't make sense. I got millions in the bank. I'm going to take $1,000 and bet on my team.
Yeah, I mean, so I look at it this way. Careers are short. Just be smart, protect your career, don't gamble until you're done.
Right.
I mean,
yeah.
Especially when you figure you're in the NFL for sure. Your average guy only makes it, 3-4 years anyway. So, I mean, even if you have a long career and say it's, 12 or 13 or whatever, I mean, all the money you're going to lose by not being on the field is way more than anything you're going to win.
Yeah, can't argue that.
You can't. Let's go with Tim. How do you feel about this?
So I actually did my last word on this on our show last week. I hear what everybody's saying, but at some point these leagues have to look in the mirror and realize the hypocrisy that they have. They're telling their players, don't gamble, yet they're making billions and billions on getting into bed with gamblers and gambling sites. These players, a lot of times, could be betting other sports. And granted, they shouldn't do it. I go back, I remember when Alex Karras and Paul Hornung were greeters at a casino and they were banned for a year. But at least at that time, the NFL wasn't also taking the money from the very people they're telling their players not to do business with. I think there's got to be a little, yes, the players shouldn't do it, but the NFL's got to look in the mirror a little bit and go, do we really want to encourage this? Because gambling is as addictive as alcohol, as drugs. It's almost like that old TV commercial when the kid gets caught smoking marijuana and his dad looks at him and goes, where'd you learn this from? And the kid looks at him and goes, I learned it from you.
Yep, I learned it by watching you.
Oh, man, pick six.
Huh?
Pick six. Y'all watching the game too?
Oh, I'm on a delay. So what?
Listen,
Atlanta throws a pick. Okay. I'm
I
about to see it now.
100% agree with Sports Talk with Dad on this one. I'm going to tell you, man, who are anyone to tell anyone what they can and can't do with their money? You know, I go out and I work for my money day in and day out. People don't tell me what I can and can't do with my money. Okay, I spend it how I want because I made it. Now, I understand they cannot bet on the games they are participating in. Obviously, don't do that. But they should be able to bet on any other game that they want.
So they can't.
If they're not involved. Huh?
They shouldn't be allowed to bet on the sport that they play in because they know everybody and too many bad things can come in.
For sure. But, I mean, they already can't bet the sport they're in. But they can make other bets. They just can't do it at the facility. That's where so many of these guys got hit with the 6-game suspension is because they were on the facility. So they're not limiting your ability to gamble on other sports. You can still do that. You just can't gamble on the sport you're in, just like every other place. And, I mean, for them to say you can't gamble on premise, you know, that's a company policy. That'd be no different than if you went to work and they said you can't gamble here. We don't care if you do it at home. You just can't place bets while you're in our office.
No, and that part I understand, but they can't bet on any other NFL game either. Like, even. I'm talking what?
They are, AK. You're allowed to bet on a different team. You just can't bet on your team. But
you're not allowed to bet on any team.
No, you're not allowed to bet on any team. You're not allowed to bet on any.
No, you can't. In any sport, you can't bet on the sport you play.
Yeah, if you're a football player, you can't bet on football. And that's what I'm saying, though. I think to a certain extent, like you see here, any fixed games will be a banishment. Any violation is 1 year, and 2 if the player bets on his own team. Okay, I understand that. I mean, hell, Pete Rose is still out of the Hall of Fame because of what he did. Okay, I get that. And as he should be. Okay, because that was a major thing. But I understand these guys are NFL football players, but if they play for Washington and they bet on a Texans-Colts game, I don't give a fuck about that. In all honesty, if we're just talking personally, I don't care about that. I know that they have connections. I know they know people. But you know what? I know these guys too as fans. We all know that's why we play fantasy football, because we know who's good and we know who's not. You know, I mean, the DraftKings sets their bets. You just put how much money you want down to bet on what they're asking. Okay.
So the thing that's funny about this, though, is if you're a player, right, and you're not allowed to bet on the sport you're in, and you have all this money, pretty sure you have friends that know how to place bets. You could just like give them money to place a bet.
No. Actually, there was a player that was suspended last year because a family member put a bet down for them, and they found out about it, and they got suspended for that. That's what I'm saying. They make it to where they can't at all. You know, I even said, well, can you hire like an agent to do it for you? No, it's still technically yours because it goes to your account. Therefore, you know.
Like you'd have to disguise it as something else. Like you'd have to put some work into it if you were trying to do it.
Hey, Daniel.
But, I mean, at the end of the day, again, your career is short. Just don't gamble on the sport you're in. Like it's just.
millions of dollars, and you're putting.
I just think that when you allow players to gamble on the sports they're in, it could just influence the game the wrong way, because they're all connected. So what happens if you say, well, you know, you do this for me, I'll give you this amount. It gets a little in that bad, what do they say, that bad gray area where you can influence other games like that. They all know each other, so you do not want that to start.
Wait a second. Do the players call the plays, or do the coaches call the plays?
It's beside the point.
Because I mean, here's my thing.
Still got to catch the, but if you tell me, okay, so this is what I'm trying to say. So the coaches call the play. You throw the ball to me, but I was told before the game, listen, I need you to not catch a certain amount of passes. This is the pass I'll drop. This is the pass I'll catch. It starts to influence the game in the wrong way.
Okay, but that was my thing though. Anything caught like that, if you do that, then honestly, I've already said this in another time we talked about this. That is to me as a fan, you're automatically banished. There is no ifs, ands, or buts about it. Like you let these guys do what they're doing, like gamble on other teams, but you make the punishment like that is right there, banishment. Do you know that word right there? When NFL players read that, instantly are going to be like, "Fuck that." You know, like.
Everybody's still trying to get away. We still got people that still try to commit crimes, and they know they can go away for life. That's
and
not
the
going to change.
problem is, if you let that start, pretty soon fans are going to start looking like, is this game fixed? What's going on?
And they're already thinking it as it is. They already think the game is scripted. They get to that point now where they think stuff is scripted. You're just going to make it more obvious if it is. We know you don't want to do that. That'll kill the game. It'll kill it. I mean, I'm sure everybody's in here is a movie fan, right? You've seen The Last Boy Scout, right? Everybody's seen The Last Boy Scout, right?
Exactly.
Same thing. You influence these players, they can't get something done, and it becomes a real huge problem. I don't think they should be allowed to gamble.
Especially if there's a contract dispute and they don't feel like they're getting what they should. They
right.
may put a bet down to try and make up for where their contract isn't. So, I mean, it's a real slippery slope for sure. But if the NFL does have script writers, we can all agree that they absolutely hate the Broncos.
Yeah. Absolutely true.
That's absolutely.
They hate the Broncos and they hate the Bears.
The Vikings and the Carolina Panthers.
Hey. So for the next one, ready? This one's going to cause for some debate.
Wow, the Falcons threw another interception.
The Falcons.
That's the whole show.
Yeah.
Oh my god. But
the guy Ritter is horrible for Atlanta. He's horrible.
Yeah.
I'm about to see it right now.
He's making the Jags look good though.
Did you just put up these power rankings? Oh, Mitch, why you do this? Oh my God, it's about to get bad.
You really put this up, Mitch?
Halftime, you saw this yesterday.
Oh my
It's about to get real bad. It's about to get really bad in this chat now. It's about to get real bad.
All right, so let's go one at a time. So Tyler, I'm gonna start off with you.
All right. So
I gotta.
A lot of things just digest here. Jordan Love, third best quarterback in the league. A little bit of a stretch there, my
This was
opinion.
before week Thursday.
This is for week 3. Yep. Jordan Love, I don't know about third best quarterback in the league, but he's okay. He's definitely good. Definitely the upper end of it. Justin Herbert, he's all right. Those are putting up some decent points. Mac Jones, Kirk Cousins, what? Have the Vikings haven't won a game yet this season, right? Or they finally won their first game last week?
Wow. Yeah. So, okay. I know how big of a Jordan Love. This is on NFL. What is it called? Everyone's seen him on Twitter.
Wow.
MLF football.
Everyone's seen him on Twitter.
I feel like there's supposed to be a little clown emoji where that check mark is.
CJ Stroud at number 8 is the thing that just stands out the absolute most to me.
Wow.
Ahead of Allen? Okay.
Just ahead of all of these other players.
No,
Goff
listen, man.
or
It's,
Jalen Hurts?
You're telling me he's better than Josh Allen, Jared Goff, who's honestly been playing a lot better than CJ Stroud so far this season, Jalen Hurts, Lamar Jackson, Dak Prescott, Matthew Stafford, just those couple people alone are
And
better
then
than CJ Stroud.
Don't forget Geno Smith at 15.
okay.
It's not better
This
than you.
list is just all kinds of bonkers.
It's a week 3 chart, guys. It's going to look
Yeah.
filthy until 8, game 7, 8, 9, and it'll start to settle out because Jordan Love will not be on that list that high. Jared Goff is going to move up. CJ Stroud's going to slide down. Kirk Cousins will be traded. Things are going to happen.
No, I will say this too. I for week 3, I agree with this list. Just up to this week. Tim makes a valid point. Jordan Love right now, I think up till last night, I'm not sure. I forget what he did last night. I fell asleep early because I was moving this weekend. But he was 6-1 up until last night. I'm not sure what he did last night, but he had 6 touchdowns and 1 interception. I think he threw 2 last night, right?
What are you talking about?
Jordan Love?
You mean on Thursday?
On Thursday?
Or Thursday night, yeah. I think it was 2, right?
Yeah, 2 interceptions.
Yeah, one of the interceptions was to Dobbs, and it was just communication error.
Right.
They were definitely not on the same page, and the other one was tipped off the fingertips. It's just, listen, Jordan Love, he's got a lot of work to do, and he's doing it. Yeah, and he's doing it with no one. Even that offensive line, Tim said earlier, dude, is fucking terrible right now. Yeah. They're without Bakhtiari. It's just yeah. That's what I'm saying. So what he's doing with what he's got, I agree with this list up to week 3. I mean, Jordan Love is doing some really good things with pretty much Daniel Jones's roster. So he's doing good offensively. So I like where they have him at 3. Justin Herbert, yeah, he's 0-3, but the dude has thrown 40 passes a game, and he's never thrown a pick yet this season.
Right.
So he's the only quarterback in the NFL to not throw a pick this season. So I like Justin Herbert at 4. Herbert's not losing because of his offense. He's losing because of his defense. Mac Jones, good defense, and Mac hasn't been playing bad this year so far. So I like him there. Kurt's not losing because of his offense. He's losing because of his defense. We all know that.
Well, offensive line is terrible.
Purdy's doing just fine right now. I don't know. I'm still up in the air on Purdy, but I give the boy his credit. CJ Stroud, he's thrown more passes than anyone his first 3 games of his rookie year, except for Cam Newton and I forget the other person. But yeah, and he's doing it with 4 offensive linemen out. Larry Tunsil's out. All of them. He's doing it with makeshift offensive linemen, and he's balling right now. I think he's 2nd in yards for QB. Like, dude, this list is actually okay with me. Now, Goff and Hurts, it sucks to see Hurts down there at 11, but you know what? We started out rough, especially week 1 and a little bit in the week 2. So I'm okay with this list, man. Seriously. It'll change for sure.
Cream will rise to the top, as it always does.
Yeah. But it's accurate. It's not as bad as what you think it is.
All right, Tyrone, what do you think of this?
I'm looking at. Reality check is right. It's not a bad list when you really break it down, like he just did. We see names in like these weird places. It's like, whoa! But it's only week 3. And he's right. I can't go against it. I don't know about Brock Purdy being that high though. I don't see Brock that high, and I don't know about Mac Jones that high either, because the Patriots offense hasn't looked that good as well. But
yeah,
I will move some pieces around as far as that go. But as far as everything else, Kirk Cousins, Herbert, Love, and I agree with Love. Christian Watson just got back. Dobbs been in and out. Jones been hurt. That off the line is horrible, but he's still pretty efficient. I can't really argue with this. I will move Goff up a little bit, I think. I think Hurts is right where he's at because, like we say, he's been starting slow. And I don't know. I think the list is This is pretty. I think this is pretty accurate, honestly. Just for a few pieces here and there.
I mean, if you want to be nitpicky, I don't know if you agree, Tyrone. I'd put Stroud all the way up right underneath Herbert right now. I mean, yeah, you know, he's a rookie, but he's that's why I do it, because he's a rookie and he's actually playing really well. And Mac's been in the league for a while, so has Kurt and Brock's had last year. So I'd put Stroud at 5, honestly.
Yeah, I'd put Stroud at 5. I can see Stroud at 5. Yeah, I can see that.
Down 1.
And he doesn't even have his Damian Pierce hasn't even got going yet. So when they get healthy, yeah, I can see Stroud under Herbert. I don't really have a problem with the list. It's for week 3, it's accurate. I can't argue with it.
Bo.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. The Jordan Love thing being up that high is funny to me, just because they come back and beat a Saints team that lost a quarterback. They beat up on a Bears that everybody's going to. They lost to Atlanta, which, they haven't played anybody. So that'd be like, you have your varsity guy going out against JV. I mean, yeah, he looks good. I should hope so. Like, he's beating up on bad teams. Like, let him go play someone good. That being said, I mean, sure, I guess top 10, I suppose, but I wouldn't have him at 3 for sure. So, I mean, there's definitely some things I would move around, but, to Tim's point, like, these things are going to move around quite a bit, especially as the year goes on, where these guys kind of fall into where they should be. I don't expect to see Jordan Love or CJ Stroud up that high. You'll see, guys like Goff and Hurts and Jackson move up. Dak is probably about right, but
Stafford will move up.
That's the only one he had correct out of this whole list.
Actually, that probably should be lower, honestly, for real.
True.
Yep. And now,
I mean, you can't fault them for throwing Tua number 1 right now, just because they put up an insane amount of points. But that one may change quite a bit as the year goes on as well, because 1, there's no way they can keep that pace, and 2, does he even stay on the field? It's Tua, you never know. But and I can't imagine that Josh Allen's going to be down that low either. Did he go and make a bunch of mistakes week 1? Sure, but he didn't play all preseason either. So that essentially was a preseason game. So, I don't know. I expect this list to change a lot.
all right, halftime. You and I talked about this for a little bit.
Yeah, there's be some that I would move around, but like, it's only week 3. So if you're going with week 3, I get it. Kirk Cousins is freaking, he's been losing because his defense sucks. He's actually been not throwing that bad. But, there's pieces where you could grab people you should be higher than others. But it's only week 3. It ain't like this is where his standings are in the quarterbacks the whole year. It's going to be changed, like everybody's been saying. Man, I don't see Kirk Cousins should be 6, but that's me. Everybody is different. Everybody has different things.
Halftime, you're just upset that your favorite quarterback, Joe Burrow, is not on this list.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Oh, I just noticed that. That's freaking insane.
Because Joe Burrow's in goal.
Where is Burrow on this list?
Yeah.
May I see?
He's not on there because he's
not
getting
on there.
Kelly, and everybody's realizing it.
Woo! Yeah, no, listen, I can't bitch about it because he has really been trashed this first 3 weeks.
He really has. Like, if he's that hurt, bench the dude.
They don't have a backup quarterback.
Go get one. I mean, God, go get somebody. Because if he's going to be that bad, and you're not going to fix your offensive line where everybody in the world tells you your offensive line is horrible, and you're going to sit here and put out all that stuff. I mean, God, Joe Burrow is looking like garbage. It's really messed up that he got paid all that money, and he's putting out that kind of stuff on the field.
Yeah, he ain't been right since that calf injury. They really need to sit him down, let him get healthy.
You're right.
I mean, Can't be no. The backup can't be no worse than what he doing with one leg. I'm just saying.
Yo, don't sit him down.
And
This
that's
is
just that.
fantasy football.
All right. Oh, Trevor Lawrence goes down. Tim.
Look, it's week 3. Tua should be number 1. Mahomes should be number 2. Jordan Love. I'd love to see Green Bay, and excuse me for going homer a little bit, I would love to see Green Bay with an Andy Reid as their head coach. This team would be so far along, and Jordan Love would be justifiably where he is. Green Bay is just a mess in the front office. They've got a bad coach, bad coaching on the defense and the offense, no offensive line. Love's going to slide down. He's a rookie. He's going to be in that 12 to 15. Jared Goff is going to move up because the Lions have talent. They're going to win. I've said they were going to win the North in our predictions, and it's true. They're going to end up, they are the class of the division right now. Joe Burrow, as Kyle calls him, football Jesus, needs to go and get some healing of some kind before he gets back on that field. But they're better with him with one leg than the alternatives. I'm not worried about this list. Talk to me when it gets to be week 10. We'll see where everybody is.
Right. And breaking news: Deshaun Watson is out.
What happened to Deshaun?
That's not breaking news. They were always saying he was going to be out the whole week.
What happened to him?
It's on his shoulder. Isn't someone's shoulder?
Yeah, he had a shoulder injury in the game.
He had somebody landed on his throwing shoulder.
Got it.
Yeah, I'm still picking.
Oh my God! I'm sorry, y'all. Did y'all just see Trevor Lawrence?
What, that Jack?
Oh no, he did like a little sidestep and then threw a touchdown. Oh man, that was nasty.
Oh, I saw that. Yeah.
That was nasty.
All right.
That is oh shit, Sunshine.
Yeah.
Sunshine.
Remember the Titans.
Trevor Lawrence, Sunshine. Remember the Titans? Yeah. Sunshine.
Sunshine. Oh yeah, sunshine.
Yeah, he also for a list like that. Wow, it was a good list. I thought it was a very good discussion. But what is going on with the Jets right now? Right now, it's like a Jets revolution. Tyler,
No quarterback.
You because you.
No quarterback.
A report came out yesterday or the day before, I forget exactly which one it was, that the entire Jets locker room is looking to revolt against Coach Saleh after coming out as a Zach Wilson apologist, and they are sick and tired of it, and they are threatening to have an entire revolution in their locker room if they do not bench him and or replace him.
Can't argue that. I mean,
Okay, I'll go on the other side. What do they want him to do? I mean, really, they can't bring anybody in. Carson Wentz is not going to be any better than Zach Wilson. I'm sorry, guys. They're kind of locked in. This is a fluke injury, and now they're stuck with Wilson for the year.
Yeah, but that's the problem. Like, they want him to try to make a trade. They want him to do something because they know Zach Wilson. They know Zach Wilson ain't the guy. They know he can't do it. He couldn't do it last year, and you still got this guy in there, and he's just
look. Jordan Love wouldn't be what he is this year if he hadn't sat behind Aaron Rodgers for 2 years. They were hoping he was going to learn. He got thrown into this. I'll put it on the Jets themselves. They never, same as Cincinnati, they never took the time to get Rodgers or Wilson an offensive line.
Yep. That's the key point right there.
It's not all on Zach.
Not just that, but you went out and you got a 40-year-old quarterback
right
out an offensive line. This is not on anybody. This isn't even on the head coach. This is on their GM. This is on everyone who did not go out and draft offensive linemen or get them in free agency. How can you have a 40-year-old man behind this offensive line? It's criminal.
I mean,
it's criminal.
You can.
You can, but it's still criminal. You didn't get him any help. Like, he's not Aaron Rodgers at 34 where he can get away a little bit. This is 40-year-old Aaron Rodgers. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
That's a shame, dude. And now Zach has to take that on, too. And granted, he's younger, but Listen, if I'm them, dude, I would go, and I know this even might be crazy, but I would go and I'd try to pull Will Levis or Malik Willis from Tennessee. I know they haven't had a lot of experience, but you know what? We all have seen Zach. We all know what Zach is. I haven't seen Levis and I haven't seen Willis, but I know Willis has really nice legs and I know he's got a really good arm. Okay, and maybe he's raw, but you know what? How much worse can it get? You know what I'm saying? So I don't know. Maybe that's the best chance they have. I have no idea. Get a younger guy in there too to challenge Zach. I have no idea, man. They're screwed. They are.
I hate to get on here and try to defense Wentz. Lord have mercy. No, Lord knows I don't want to do that. But I think what the Jets team is looking for is for them to bring in somebody. Wentz is a veteran quarterback, so maybe they'll think, okay, maybe they're trying. But the fact that he's just running this young kid out there who clearly cannot play football right now is killing the whole team, especially a team that's ready to win now. That's the problem.
What would happen to Wentz with that offensive line?
He would get destroyed, but I just think you just got to show them something. They just want to see you do something.
I like the
bring in veteran guys something.
I know, and all this talk about, go trade for Kirk Cousins. Are you trying to end his career too?
Well,
like what?
Don't have anything they could offer anyway. They don't have any cap because they're already Rodgers, and they don't have any draft capital. Like I don't.
Yeah.
That doesn't even
make a move.
Keep floating it out because they don't have anything.
They don't
They
even
may
have
be able to
money.
get Willis.
Well. See, here's the only thing that they could get away with Kirk Cousins is this is his final year of his contract. If they could even work something out where they could give them a draft pick or maybe even a young player. And they say Vikings will do this, but you got to eat his contract for the year. That is the only way possible they could pull that off, and that's only if Minnesota would be willing to even come off of Kirk.
And that's what I was about to say too, because you got a star receiver over there who loves his quarterback. So I don't even know if Minnesota be willing to do that. Just because they're having a bad year, it's not the offense's fault. It's the defense's fault. So why would I trade my quarterback away who's efficient? My wide receiver's happy with him. Let's get this defense fixed in the offseason, not trade my quarterback.
I do want to agree with Bobby Murphy here. Bring back Mike White. Bring him back.
Bring back Mike White.
Kirk Cousins is going to be in somebody else's uniform next year.
If the Jets locker room is all going, get rid of Zach Wilson. Like, come on, get rid of this quarterback.
Well, first off, and Mike
right there, there's a problem. Like, you got some bad blood in that locker room that you need to get rid of.
Yep.
Just because the bad blood that's in the locker room. When the whole team wants to get rid of one person, you got to do it. You just got to do it just to do it.
Man, if I am Mike White, I am going into that GM's office. I am on my hands and knees crying with tears coming down my face, begging him not to send me back there. Because I get it. He is to his backup, and he looked good against Denver, when he got to play there. But, I heard that even put hey, send Mike White back to the Jets. That'll give him a chance at least until Aaron Rodgers gets healthy. But if I'm Mike White, I'm like, no, don't take my Super Bowl ring away. Leave me here. Let me stay.
Wait. Tyler, I have a question for you real quick. Is Mike White better than Ryan Tannehill?
Mike White is just a godsend amongst quarterbacks, okay? He is the future. He will soon rise to power, and no one in the NFL will be ready for the god that is Mike White.
The only reason I ask is he thinks Ryan Tannehill is the worst quarterback in the league.
No, he's not the worst quarterback in the league, but he's definitely in the top 10 worst quarterbacks in the league.
That's the truth. That is so true.
That's fair.
I said it 2 years ago. Some guy on YouTube was trying to clown me for it, and what can I say? I feel like I've been pretty right about it since then. Just saying.
And all you said, bro, is he sucks. He's terrible.
I mean, he can look fine when he has a lead rusher that's setting the rushing title.
Oh yeah, just if you want to have one of the top 5 running backs in the entire league to take the entire workload off of him, he's fine.
Yeah. All right. I think we pretty much talked about this, but I'm going to bring it up again. Is it over for the Broncos?
Yep.
It's too early. It's week 3. It's too early. It's week 3.
Yeah.
I know they got smashed. but they still got a veteran coach.
So
You
what
gotta
do
wait
we
and see.
about over? Like, what do you mean by over?
Like,
For the
no
season,
way for them to come back. And they're
for
like,
like a playoff spot, or just to have a respectable season?
Playoffs?
Talk about
Yeah, because I mean, if we're talking about playoffs, then no, their season is probably already done. But I mean, for them to have some respectable strides, sure. I mean, there's room for that. They've already, like I said before, Wilson isn't putting up horrible numbers. He's been able to finish games, but he's not putting up terrible numbers. That defense, they got to figure something out. Obviously, off the field stuff is weird between Wilson and Peyton. Like, not only does he not seem like he likes him as a quarterback, I don't know that he likes him as a human. Going after him to say don't kiss babies and stuff like that seems weird to me. But yeah, I mean, there's a path forward for them to not look terrible. If they continue to lose a couple more games, though, I would be surprised if Wilson doesn't end up taking the seat, though.
Right.
Well, bro, when you lose by 50 points, anything's a freaking improvement. I mean,
Well, yes.
if they lose by 7 this week, that's an improvement for them.
They're going to win this week.
That defense was insanely bad. When you're giving up 10.5 a play,
Yeah.
it doesn't
And
matter.
they have a good defense. I don't even know what's going. They have a good defense. They had a good defense last year.
On paper, they do.
Yeah, true, yeah.
When your top corner and Patrick Surtain, who is actually a really good corner, is out there getting toasted, you got problems.
Yep.
You got big problems.
Big price, true. Can't argue that.
Shit, send them our way. We'll use them right.
Oh, yeah.
so really quick for me to
Put Pat right in the corner. Put him in a nickel spot. Put him right in that
Right.
nickel spot.
Right
Come on,
there.
Pat.
real quick, let me answer Bobby's question. So I got it at an Eagles Pro Shop in my area. It's like 5 minutes away from me. So I got this, and my dad got it Reggie White. So we're both wearing it today. So
Reggie White's a Packer.
Reggie White.
Nice.
Reggie White.
Reggie White
And
will
halftime,
always
that is
be an
yours.
Eagle, okay?
Huh?
I heard the comment of someone say Reggie White is a Packer.
Yes, he is.
He was a
No,
Damn Eagle,
I must agree. Reggie White is a Packer. I know he spent time on our team, but you know what? He won in Green Bay. He did not win. He is a Packer through and through.
That's
We let him
because our
walk.
owner was a
We let him walk.
jackass.
No. We let him walk. We let him walk. He didn't leave. We let him walk. He
Because
is a
our
Green
owner's
Bay.
a jackass because he wanted to gamble.
I don't care.
And
I don't
he wanted
care.
to fucking play for his team.
I do not care. My owner did the stupidest thing ever. He is a Green Bay Packer, bro. I'm
Look,
sorry. He is.
his number should be retired in both places as it is.
Yes.
Reggie, God rest his soul, will always and forever be a Packer first,
Yeah.
and an Eagle.
Second.
Yeah. He started there. He finished with Green Bay.
That's just because my owner was a friggin' dumb jackass.
That's because Mike Holmgren told him that God told him to come to Green Bay.
Yeah, as you guys paid him the money.
Yes, we did. It was a brilliant move.
My
We-
goddamn guy didn't want to pay the money. He'd rather gamble.
Yo, don't stroke out over there, bro. Calm down.
Norman Brayman.
That's how it
That's all I'm
was.
saying, Norman Brayman, okay?
Listen, I will stress this is the problem. But I didn't have the internet like this when Reggie White got released.
Oh, can you imagine?
Listen, man. Listen. It is our fault.
I had this stuff when back in the day. I was friggin' had a heart attack already when I'm back in there. I was
I'm pretty
freaking
sure you're
out.
having one right now, bro.
You would have been the first quarter-old to have a heart attack.
problem for Philly halftime.
I mean, first Reggie, and then you had Brian Dawkins get let go by Banner. It's like, what is going on, man?
Yes.
Are they wearing the Kelly Greens today?
No.
No, it's not for a couple of weeks.
Yeah, a couple
No,
weeks, right?
man.
That should be their full-time.
Reggie
the
White
Kelly
will forever be a Memphis showboat.
I knew that.
There you go.
I knew that argument was coming the moment you said Reggie White's name, bro, because I knew the Green Bay fan was down at the bottom. I was like,
Why do
that's
you
not
think I
going to
said it?
happen.
Why do you think I said it?
Yep, just trolling.
Oh,
This Big A is fired up. Yeah. All right. So,
Yeah.
AK, I've actually put this in here because we were talking about this player a while back.
This BJ Robinson, man. My
Brian
God.
Branch. Is he a defensive rookie of the year candidate?
No, it's called Jaden Carter.
Candidate.
Oh my God!
No, listen, we're talking candidate. Yeah, he's definitely a candidate. I mean, listen, that was
That's what I'm saying.
that. Now he's not going to win it, but he's a candidate.
He's not going to win it at all. No.
You know, listen, a lot of people sat there and thought that their defense, even me, I thought that they would take a little step back losing C.J. Johnson because, you know, he was the big voice on their defense and he made the big plays. But Branch has really shown up these last 2 games, and he's been playing phenomenal. So he's definitely a candidate, bro. And if he plays like this the rest of the year, Jalen's got to keep doing what he's doing to stay ahead of him. That's all I got to say.
Bijan with the monster run.
Yeah, he had a monster run.
Well, I know my fantasy's going crazy then right now. I can't see it.
Me too.
I
I
know
know Ridley, but halftime's got the Jaguars defense right now, and they have a pick 6. So, anyone else want to take it as Brian Branch, a defensive rookie of the year candidate?
I mean, candidate.
He's a candidate, yeah. He's a
AK
candidate.
not
He can be a
winning it.
candidate, but I
Not
don't think he's going to win
winning
it.
No, Carter's winning.
Tyler, I
It's
talked
going
to you
away.
about this yesterday.
I know. Doesn't mean I never told you how I felt about it. I just so we could talk about it.
Oh my god! All right, to make
Definitely
Eagles fans even more angry, the tush push should it be banned?
Yes.
Oh,
Nope.
don't get me
No.
started with that.
Yes.
Now, hold on.
No, this is
I
that
do want to
should
hear
be.
more about
If you
this.
don't like it, stop it.
When did you think it should have been banned?
I don't think it ever should have been allowed.
Why
Grabbing
not?
a guy from behind and pushing him to get a first down, it just is a bad look. It's not. It shouldn't even be allowed. Go back. If you're going to earn it, let him earn it on his own. You don't get an offensive lineman behind him to give him a push, like putting William the Refrigerator Perry behind somebody.
So you are okay with QB sneak still, though?
QB sneaks, absolutely. That's part of the game.
You know something? I just thought I realized something. It's a Green Bay Packer thing. My stepson is a Green Bay Packer fan, and he said the same thing you just said. And the only Green Bay Packer fans are saying, no, it should be banned.
Look,
I don't understand. Listen, you don't like it, stop it, bro. If you don't like it, adapt with it and use it yourself. We're just giving you the blueprint.
It's going to be
Use it.
banned.
I don't care. Join the game.
season.
It's not. It can't be banned.
Yeah, sure it can.
No.
No, they're not going to.
No.
Because then you get if somebody's good at something, you
Oh.
you can't do it
Pat,
because you're
listen,
better at it
Kansas-
than we are.
Look, can
Hey,
you,
and not
can
just
you
that,
stand
but-
on somebody to try to
I'm gonna
block a
raise my
field goal?
hand here. I'm gonna raise my hand here and say,
Can you stand on somebody to block a field goal?
I guess we should have banned the triangle offense too, right?
No, but can you stand on somebody's back to block a field goal? No.
I'm just saying the triangle
You can't
offense.
use other players
All the
to
Bills
do
ran the
that.
triangle offense forever. It was great. They
Triangle
won
offense,
6
I think, is
championships.
basketball.
Can we ban that? Let's ban the triangle offense because the Chicago Bulls are good
different
at it.
animal completely.
mean, you can
There's another
Pat
player to
Prater,
try to
it is
get
confirmed
extra-
one's just not playing today, so you gotta start Pickett then.
Who?
You can do a shuffle pass. It used to be a forward lateral. So, I mean, there's all kinds of stuff that is
Yeah, you're not using another player.
In chat.
Like I said, you can't stand on somebody else to block a field goal. You can't stand behind somebody to push them forward.
Well, do you know why they won't ban it, dude? Because Kansas City uses it as well with Travis Kelce pushing Pat Mahomes. And as long as Kansas City uses it and Pat utilizes it, it ain't going nowhere. Because Pat Mahomes is the pretty boy of the NFL, and he can do no wrong. You know what I mean? So
I beg to differ. The pretty boy now is Travis Kelce.
Kelsey.
Yeah, I think he's the pretty boy right now.
oh yeah.
I mean,
He's
come
got
on.
Swifties, man.
Swifties
He's
are
got-
getting ready for the next album that she's doing research for.
Yo, I'm telling you what, man. If they end up having kids, they're gonna probably be the most dominant kids in the world, bro. Swifties and Kels babies, like holy crap, bro. That's talent. That is talent.
But AK, we got the better Kelsey and Swift duo. We got the better one. DeAndre Swift and
The
Kelsey.
world will disagree with you there, friend.
Yes.
Bro, you not only have the most athletic kid in the world, but one that can sing too. Jesus.
Touchdown Atlanta.
Hey, you don't know if they're going to be able to
Wait,
sing.
was he out of bounds?
They may sing like Travis and be short like Taylor.
Yeah, Washington's out. Yeah, I said that. Yep. Is it it's illegal?
It's a legal wedgie.
That's true. That is
true.
true.
And this has also been a very hot topic when talked about the ban of it. Is that Tom Brady the Cat used it for about so many years, and no one was calling for it to be banned there, but it's a problem now.
Because it's the
The
Eagles.
Eagles are doing
But
it.
no, because Tom Brady can't squat 600 pounds.
Right.
That's why.
No, because it's the Eagles. It's the
No,
Eagles.
not because it's the Eagles. Get on
It's
your-
always because it's the
Stop
Eagles.
whining.
It's always because of the Eagles. I tell you. Mm-mm-mm.
All right. Let's go.
Stop bringing up Eagles shit in this thing, Mitch. You're just making fun. No
All
more Eagles talk on Sunday morning shows.
All right. Here we
It's
go.
not called the tush push, by the way. It's called the brotherly shove. Let's correct that too.
Yeah, the brother.
No, it's
Yes, the brother.
That
From
tush
now
push
on,
is
it'll be
that
the
tush
wedgie
push.
grab.
We'll
The
need
tush
a
push is a
Mr.
mess.
Browder.
That tush push is crazy. It's crazy.
All right. Dolphins and Bills. I think this is honestly the best game of the week.
Yeah.
I think this
It's going to be a
is
good one.
Is Von Miller back yet?
No.
He is supposed to be back this week, I think, actually.
He's practicing. He's practicing. So
I thought I saw a report yesterday saying that he was trying to
Well, if
play.
he's practicing, that means he's probably going to play.
At least on a limited basis.
I'm
Hmm.
talking about the Dolphins.
I don't know which direction you're going, so I'll just wait. But yeah, this might be my upset this week.
I can
Okay,
see
so-
Especially if Vaughn is playing.
AK, I'll start off with you then.
No, if Vaughn is playing, bro, this is actually a pretty good upset because, their defense is already playing really well. I mean, last week, 9 sacks. They had 3 interceptions or 4 interceptions, whatever it was. If you add Von Miller into this defense, I know Miami's good offensively, but yeah, they're going to have a challenge. This might be my upset. I might go with the Bills.
All right. Tyler.
I'm going to stick with Miami on this one. I do see this being a closer game and it not being anywhere near as much of a blowout as last week. But I do think Miami can still come out on top.
On top, pause. But okay, Tyrone.
I'm gonna take Buffalo at home.
Okay.
My dog. I knew I liked him for a reason. I'm not the only one anymore.
Wait a minute, you say you don't like me, AK? Screw you too.
You were gone for 6 months. I had to find someone new, bro.
Oh my god.
All right. Bo, who you got?
Yeah, I got the Bills at home here. So there's a thing that just in sports in general, if you have a huge blowout win or you have an emotional come from behind victory, it's hard to keep that energy into the next week. I think that offense takes a little bit of a step back, and the Bills just have a better defense overall. So I'm going to go with the Bills in a tight one, but they get the W at home.
All right. Halftime.
I got Miami on this one. Like everybody
Okay,
said,
I
it's
gotta
going to be
change my pick now.
it's going to be a close one. It's going to be like a 7-point game. Is Josh Allen? He's got to not throw as many interceptions. I know everybody's not thinking about that, but he's throwing a lot of picks already. So I got Miami, but it's going to be a close one.
All right, Tim.
I'm going to go with the upset. I'm taking the Bills in this one. Still don't think they're making the playoffs, but I think they'll rise up for this game. And I think Miami will be a little let down after last week.
Okay, and then Tim, we're gonna stick with you.
Okay.
Broncos
Ah.
Bears.
Denver can't be as bad as this. And the Bears are as bad as this. I think Sean Payton's going to get his team to rally around a bit, and I think they go into Chicago and win a squeaker in the battle of who cares.
A Tank Bowl, you may say.
All right, halftime.
Well,
Oh, he already
the
went.
dumpster fire of all dumpster fires. I got Denver, maybe by 3. It's going to be just these two teams are just garbage. Who gives a damn what's going to happen with these teams? But yeah, I got Denver. I mean, I don't even know what to say anymore. Bobby said a tie.
I hope it's a tie.
It'd be funny. It'd be something to talk about if it's a tie.
Right. Bo.
Yeah, I got the Broncos here. Their offense is at least doing something. So, and the Bears haven't been able to stop anything. So I'm going to go with the Broncos. A tie would be amazing, though, just for the dumpster fire of what it would be. But I figure the Broncos probably win by 7.
Okay, Tyrone.
I mean, I'm gonna go with the Broncos because I just think the Bears are a huge dumpster fire
Yeah.
with everything going on. And then when you have the quarterback calling out the coaches and stuff, I just think the Broncos will win this. Who cares really? But the Broncos will win.
Tyler.
Wait, Claypool isn't playing today? Give it the Bears, baby. Let's go. The true cancer's not on the field today. The Bears are gonna rise.
So really, you're going with the Bears?
I'll go with the Bears just because I'd be funny as hell to think that the Broncos and Russell Wilson lose to the Bears of all teams.
Oh my god!
And I want it to come to fruition because that'd be so funny.
Right. So for me, I got the Broncos. Tyler, you're on your own.
That's all right. I'll happily take that L. It'll be funny.
Kind of like you drafting Justin Tucker in the first round each
You're
year.
goddamn right, I did. I have 0 regrets.
All right. Ravens, Browns. I got to go Ravens now because Watson's out. Just everyone's injured. Both teams both have injuries.
Yep.
So I'm going with the Ravens because I like the backup quarterback more than the Browns. All right. I mean, I like the. Oh my God, Lamar Jackson. Oh God, man, I'm tired. All right, Tyler.
I'm gonna go with the Ravens. If they don't have if the Browns had Watson, it's at least a chance. But without Watson, I don't think they do it.
Remember, they don't have Nick Chubb either.
Yeah, no. But without 2 of your biggest offensive pieces, 2 of your 3 big offensive pieces, I don't think they can do it.
All right, Tyrone.
I'm gonna take a leap of faith here. That Browns defense is historic this year. I'm going to take the Browns in a crazy upset. Just like with the Colts last week when they beat Baltimore too in another crazy upset. I just don't think that Baltimore team is good as advertised.
I agree with you, but I just can't trust him without watching. I don't know.
That young kid they got backing up, y'all going to see him today. He all right.
Okay. Bo.
Yeah, I had the Ravens even before Watson was ruled out. He just hasn't looked good. Both teams are banged up, obviously, but Watson has been a huge disappointment since I had him in fantasy, and he's made me sad every week. But yeah, more than anything, the Ravens just have a little bit better team overall. So, yeah, going Ravens.
Halftime.
I had the Ravens, and before Deshaun Watson, so it didn't really matter to me. But yes, both teams are hurt. But I just think the Ravens have a better team, the better coaching. So that's why I got the Ravens.
All right, Tim.
I'm going with the Ravens on this one without Watson and Chubbs. I think they'll go in and win.
All right, Tim. Right back at you. We're doing the same. Bengals, Titans.
God, this is in Tennessee. Joe Burrow's just not looked good. But
They are a 2.5-point favorite.
I know. I don't know why, but I think Cincinnati's going to go in and win. I think they're just a better overall team.
Yeah.
All right, halftime.
I think Cincinnati's going to win this one. Tennessee is not looking that good. I mean, they're just not playing good football. But even Cincinnati's not playing good football either. I just got to see if, who is Cincinnati, who's going to be the quarterback for the Cincinnati? Are they going to take Joe Burrow out? I don't know, but if you have Joe Burrow, you got to pick Cincinnati just because of him. And they got 2 good wide receivers. Let's see what they do.
All right, Bo.
So here's some fun stats of why this game is terrible. So offensive points per game, 15.3 for the Bengals, 15 for the Titans. Defensive points per game, 22.3 for the Bengals, 22.3 for the Titans. So I have the Bengals in this mostly because the Titans are missing 2 defensive tackles.
All right, Tyrone.
I'm gonna take the Bengals. I think they are a better team, even though Burrow doesn't look that good because of an injury. Tennessee they're just not a really good football team. They're not playing good football at all. I'm definitely gonna take the Bengals.
All right, Tyler.
I'm gonna go with Cincy. It's just
Oh, you're not
the
taking
only thing that works on the offense for Tennessee is exactly Derrick Henry. And it's just to the point where teams are just so overly prepared for Derrick Henry that he's not as impactful as years prior.
Mm-hmm.
So you don't trust your favorite player, Ryan Tannehill?
He's such a great quarterback, but against such a tough Cincinnati Bengals defense, I think he's going to throw at least 1 to 2 picks.
All right, I got a hot take. Bengals will win. Titans will get 7 sacks like last time. So I got the Bengals winning that one. The Rams and the Colts. Oh, God. I'm going Rams because I had a hot take in the beginning of the year that the Colts will win only 2 games. So I need the Rams to win. I need the Colts to lose every single game. But
the rookie for the Colts is playing today.
Yep.
Richardson's playing?
Yep.
Yeah, Richardson is playing, but I'm still going with the Rams. Tyler.
I'm going to go with the Colts.
Screw you.
I do like what they've been doing. I think they can come out on top on this one.
All right, Tyrone.
Same. I'm going with the Colts as well.
Okay.
And not to mention I have Anthony Richardson as my fantasy quarterback today. So yeah, I'm going with
got
the
him
Colts.
on my bench, I think. I'm on my bench. See, Bobby agrees with me. Thank you. Bo.
I got the Colts. What we saw last week against the Rams is you can run through that offensive line. So, and the Colts have a decent defense. So I think the Colts can pull this one off.
All right, halftime.
The Colts have been looking really good for last week, but I think they're going to get knocked down by the Rams, and everybody's going to just
Okay, I got to see.
they're just going to get knocked down back to their pedestal. They're a little high up on the horse with the win that they got. So I got the Rams.
I got to change my pick then. All right, Tim.
I'm going with the Rams. They've got the better quarterback. Matthew Stafford will find the holes, and he will get them the win.
All right. So, Tim, right back at you. Buccaneers, Saints.
Oh. Damn. Derek Carr is playing.
Derek Carr is
playing.
Yep.
Look, I've got a thing about the Buccaneers. I lived there for 15 years, and I cannot stand that team. That being said, no, I'm going with the Saints. I can't take Tampa Bay. I just can't. The word, I throw up every time I try to say the words.
All right, halftime.
I got the Saints. I don't know what's wrong with Tampa Bay, why they're trying to trade Mike Evans, and they're talking about trading Mike Evans. But when you're trying to trade your number 1 wide receiver, I don't know. But I just think since they played the Eagles, everybody's going to watch and say, oh, this is how you beat Tampa Bay. Here's the chemistry, how you beat them. So I think that's what the Saints are going to do to Tampa Bay today.
All right. Bo.
Yeah, I got the Saints. I mean, it's Baker. Like, you don't know what Baker's going to show up on the field. And, I mean, he could be good. He could be bad. At least you kind of know what you're going to get out of Carr. And I like the defense of the Saints. So I'm gonna go with the Saints here.
All right, Tyrone.
I'm going to pick the Saints too at home. I think Alvin Kamara comes back, right?
He does.
Yes.
Yeah. I'm definitely going to take the Saints at home. Baker Mayfield, I don't trust him. That Saints atmosphere, that defense, yeah, I'm going to take the Saints.
All right, Tyler.
I'm actually going to go with the upset here and take
I
Tampa
knew
Bay.
it. I knew you were going to go that
The
route.
only reason I'll say that is because I don't think New Orleans is going to be able to pick apart the Tampa Bay Buccaneers defense as well as the Eagles could. And I just don't know how well Donald will do against that very good Tampa Bay Buccaneers defense. I think this is going to be his hardest challenge so far this season.
I got the Saints. That's all I got. And then we got a question from our guy Earl, who's doing the wrestling side, wrestling watch along tonight. Which quarterback will help their team score the most in a game? I don't know.
So, like, which quarterback's going to throw
Yeah,
for
like the quarterback. Yeah.
touchdowns, I
guess. So everyone pick a quarterback.
For this
week. For this week. I was going to go Tua, but then again, gets the Bills, so no. You know what? I'm thinking Geno. Against the Giants defense. I don't know why. I just got something right there. It's definitely not the Broncos and the Bears. Don't know.
I'm going to go with Jalen Hurts. I think
Homer.
Homer. I'm going to be a homer today and go with Jalen Hurts is going to have I think he's going to have like 3 touchdowns, and he'll probably have he'll probably run in like 2. I think Jalen Hurts they're going to the Eagles offense is going to come alive today.
Homer.
I'm a homer today.
Tyler.
Playing Washington.
True.
I think it will be that's good. You know what? Give me Baker Mayfield. He's going to be the reason they win against the New Orleans Saints today. He's going to show up today.
Oh, my God. Tyrone.
I'm going Anthony Richardson. Him coming back, running the football, throwing it. I think he's going to be the reason they beat the Rams today.
All right. Bo.
I'm going to go Kirk Cousins. He's probably going to have 400 yards on that Panthers team. So.
All right. Tim.
Any quarterback playing against the Green Bay defense right now. If we're talking today's games, you stole mine. I'm going to take Kirk Cousins. I think he's going to have a big day.
I really hope the Vikings lose. All right. Is anyone picking the Commanders?
No.
All right.
No.
Tyler, you're not picking the Commanders?
No.
Here we go. Panthers, Vikings. I'm going Panthers.
What?
I'm going Panthers. This is my upset. The offensive line is terrible on the Vikings.
You're nuts.
Okay. All right, Tyler.
Even I can't defend that pick.
I'm going Panthers.
Thank you.
Bryce Young's going to get hurt again.
The Vikings defense is garbage. Like, they can't stop nothing. I know both teams are 0-3, and it's going to be a garbage game to watch. I just got the Carolina winning this one because the Vikings defense is so bad.
All right, Tyrone, who you got?
This is terrible. I'm gonna take the Vikings just because.
Thank you, Bobby.
Yeah, I'm gonna take the Vikings. Yeah, I'll take the Vikings.
All right, Bo.
Yeah, it's a battle of the bottom, but I got the Vikings here. They have a much more explosive offense.
Yeah.
The defense is trash, but both sides of the ball, both teams have bad defense.
True. Tim.
Pride's going to kick in. Minnesota's going to win, and Bryce Young, one good hit, and he's out again.
Yep.
So
Chad,
I'm taking the
I'll
Vikings.
not bring up that comment. All right. Steelers, Texans.
Texans.
Steelers are going to try to get healthy this week. I think their defense is going to overwhelm C.J. Stroud. I'll take the Steelers.
But it's a Steelers offense, though.
I know.
With Matt Canada.
Yeah. All right. Halftime.
Steelers defense is going to give them another win.
All right. Bo.
Yeah, I got the Steelers. It's not a super confident pick because they're not playing great on offense, but I got the Steelers here.
All right. Tyrone.
I'm gonna go with the Texans. CJ's playing crazy football right now, and they at home. I think they get the run game going. I'm gonna take Houston. I don't think Pittsburgh's offense is horrible.
All right, Tyler. You picking your favorite team now?
I can't trust the Matt Canada-led offense. I gotta go Texans, man. Matt Canada is just the worst offensive coordinator in the league.
Yes.
Are you just saying that because you hate the Steelers fans?
No, because Matt Canada is literally the worst offensive coordinator in the league.
Worse than Matt LaFleur? I don't think so.
We got a Steelers fan in the chat. So, there you go. All right. The next one. Chargers, Raiders. I'm going Chargers. Is anyone actually going Raiders?
No.
Okay.
I'm going Raiders.
I'll go. Yeah, no what? Fuck it. I'm with you, Tyro. I'll go Raiders.
Come on, Raiders.
Yeah.
Jacob's going to run all over their defense. He's going to run all over.
Ride, Raiders Nation. Let's ride.
Who do they have under center?
I don't know.
I don't know, but I'm picking Raiders.
I mean, he's out. So they got somebody like a popcorn thrower. Like, what are we doing?
Listen, if we don't know, the Chargers may not know. Therefore, they can't.
All right. Tim, who you got?
Chargers.
All right. Cowboys, Patriots.
I'm going Mike McCarthy. He will get them right. They're going to win by at least 2 touchdowns.
All right. Halftime.
I'm picking the Cowboys, hoping that me picking the Cowboys, I jinx them again, and New England wins. So since I picked them against the Cardinals and the Cardinals beat them, I'm going to see if I can jinx them again, and New England beats the Cowboys.
You hear that first. Halftime's a Cowboys fan.
No, I'm not. No, I'm not.
Bo.
Yeah, so I got the Cowboys. It's going to be really close though because they're still missing a center, a guard, and a tackle on that offensive line.
Yeah, the center and guard is playing for the Cowboys today.
Yeah, they're playing, but they're knee injuries. They're not going to be great. So I'm gonna go Cowboys, but it'll be close.
All right, Tyrone.
I'm going to go the Patriots. Patriots defense, and people keep forgetting the Cowboys cannot stop the run. And what do the Patriots do? They run the football. And Zeke, this is Zeke revenge game. I'm taking the Patriots. They're going to win.
All right, Tyler.
I am going to take the Cowboys here because while the Patriots do have still a really good defense, it's just they've been struggling on offense. And with the way the Cowboys defense is honestly a lot better than the Patriots, I just don't see the Patriots going to be able to sneak away with this one.
I got the Cowboys. I'm copying halftime on this one. I hope it backfires. But yeah, I'm going Cowboys. Anyone going with the Cardinals?
No.
All right, Sunday night.
Oh, real quick, guys, Aiden O'Connell is the backup quarterback for the Raiders.
Great. Boy, that makes me want to change my pick.
Show up and show out, baby. We're in the Aiden O'Connell era now.
Wow.
All right. Anyone picking the Jets? The game is sold out. Taylor Swift is going to be there,
Of course, that's why it sold out.
Yeah, exactly.
right?
Nobody's picking the Jets.
Nobody.
Unless they got a
Monday
new quarterback. No.
Monday night. Anyone picking the Giants?
No.
Nope.
No.
All right. Bo, you're a Seahawks fan, so let me. What are your thoughts on this?
You know, this I have to really give a lot of credit to Pete. Is with both tackles out, they've run a lot of 13 personnel to help with that offensive line. I've never seen them use tight ends the way they have been, but and they're going to have to keep doing it until they get their tackles back, because the drop off from their starters to that second string has been huge. It is a huge drop. So the way that they're using tight ends and stuff is been really good, and it'll probably be honestly one of the keys to the game, because the running game will have to be big for them.
Pete may be the most underrated coach in football.
For sure. Yeah.
All right, Tyler. I'll talk to you. All right, guys. So that concludes the Sunday morning show. That's the last game. So if anyone has hot takes to close it out, that's what we do here. So if you have a hot take, throw it out there.
I mean, it's not a hot take, but I think Staley gets fired and Kellen Moore is your interim head coach by the end of the year.
Okay.
All right. Halftime.
Hmm.
Where are you going with this?
I think if the Chicago Bears lose this game, they start firing coaches. Probably offensive coordinator first, but because I'm going to say the head coach is blaming everybody else except himself. So I think they'll probably fire their offensive coordinator first for the Chicago Bears if they lose this one.
All right, Tim, you got one?
Yeah, I will say Joe Barry is on his way out in Green Bay. Matt LaFleur is going to be forced into firing him, even though I don't know who they're going to replace him with, but he'll be gone within the next 3 weeks.
Oh, wow.
All right, Tyrone.
After this week, the Jets are going to release Zach Wilson.
Wow.
Straight release him. Okay.
Straight releasing.
Damn.
Damn.
I said this before. Kirk Cousins will be traded after week 5.
Okay.
After week 5 to what team? I don't know. My guess, I kept on saying the Jets, but they don't really have anything. So, who knows? But I'm just saying he's going to get traded after week 5.
I mean, if they release Wilson, they're going to have to get someone. So
There you go.
I can see Kirk Cousins going to Las Vegas.
I could see that.
You know what?
No, I
Yeah.
want Carson Wentz there. I've been saying that for the longest time. I want Carson
I've been
Wentz.
saying Kirk. I thought I said Carson Wentz was going to freaking Tampa Bay. So
No, you said Bengals too.
no, I said Tampa Bay.
Tampa Bay. The Wentz
All
wagon
right,
is
Carson Wentz goes to Tampa Bay.
Who goes to the Bengals then?
You got Joe Burrow.
No,
Jim Kelly.
back up. You said you were going to.
Jim Kelly. They got Jim Kelly over there in Bangor Lane.
Oh. Each time you say that, it's like, oh, he said it again.
I'm going to stick with it until it comes true.
Yeah,
And everybody sees it right now, because now this year it's actually coming true.
Yeah. Now the Jets are apparently Kaepernick. I don't know.
All right, guys, have a great week.
Yeah, we're going to end it here. So make sure you hit the like, subscribe. Appreciate everyone tuning in. And yeah, guys, we'll talk to you all later. Have a good one.